Why you looking so hard? You worried about the wrong play, man. Go look in the mirror. Dust. You on my page before you brush your teeth. You stuck on my ground while I'm in the streets. You worrying about my bag, worrying about my wins. You ain't worrying about your pockets looking paper thin. Look at you, man, musty, can't be trusted. Hating on my shine cause your whole life busted. You could be doing so much if you looked at you, but you rather look at me. That's the bum in you. You complaining about the work that I got in the vault, but you ain't willing to undo it. That's your own damn fault. I'm not sorry, I don't care, I don't feel no pity. You a clown in the suburbs, I'm the man of the city. You looking through my window with a greedy eye, instead of in the mirror asking who am I? You a hater, you a watch, you a non-starter. While I'm climbing up the charts, yeah, I'm going harder. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worry about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. You're dusty. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. I don't feel you, I don't see you, I don't hear you. You just an ad in my ear, I just brush you off. You just mad cause I'm the boss and you looking soft. You ain't willing to do the work that I've done. I was up at 4 a.m., you was having fun. I was 72 hours fasting, getting my mind right. You was on the timeline, starting up a new fight, but the fight ain't with me. Man, the fight is with yourself. You could have the same damn drive, you could have the wealth, but you rather be a critic, you rather be a troll. While I'm knocking down goals at the Super Bowl, I don't feel no pity, I don't feel remorse that you chose to stay with you while I'm a damn horse. This a race and you ain't even at the starting line. Too busy drawing pictures of my finish line. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worried about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. Let's get it. My focus is on growth, my focus is on winning. My focus is on the next chapter, just beginning. I'm too busy, man, my calendar is packed. I'm too busy building up, I'm too busy building stack. I'm coaching up the team, I'm on the match, I'm on the string. I'm building in the world, I'm living out the dream. And you are not a factor, you are not a threat. You were just a bad investment, you were bad. I'm not sorry for you, I'm not sorry for the facts that I'm out here running up the score to the max. I don't see you, you are invisible to me, cause I'm everything you're jealous of, scared of me. Real talk, if you took a little time and focus on your own success instead of on my damn downfall, you wouldn't be so dusty. Ha. Maybe you should try it if you wanna win, but you won't. Get a life, man. Stop watching mine. Go get some money.
What's up? What's up? What is up, everyone? Hopefully you are doing absolutely amazing. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are Engineers Win. Today is Sunday. Yes, June 7th. Can you believe that? We are already 7 days into June. By the end of this week, we're going to be just about halfway through June. Can you believe that? We have an absolutely amazing show lined up for us today. We're going to be uploading the Speak Precisely app. We're going to go check the settings, make sure that everything is good over there. We're going to try them on real devices for Android and iOS to make sure they're good. Maybe we look into the AWS device farm again. And I'll do a little bit of testing on my phone. And if we are good, We are probably going to start taking it to the next level, do some internal testing, all of that good stuff. Something I was thinking about too as well with the Speak Precisely app, we do have to add the Patreon integration to that so that the Patreon members can authenticate and use that. But also I'm thinking if 15 minutes, like after you sign up, giving people 15 minutes of usage is too much. That might be a lot, right? Especially if a lot of people signed up, that's going to be, it's going to be miserable. We might have to bring it down to 5 minutes. Something to think about. Maybe a soft release. Patreon members, they get 15 minutes without having an upgraded account. I have to think about it. We'll figure it out. But this is the type of stuff. As you build, you got to think about your pricing, what it's going to cost you, what pricing plans that you're going to offer. So things to figure out. One thing to note, my download speed is atrocious right now, and my upload speed is pretty good. I'm gonna try to do a test. Xfinity, I tell you, you never know what you're gonna get with them. Let me see. Let me try to do it on the phone here. I don't know what's going on. Test connection. So anyhow, so we have some great break time topics as well. Did you guys hear that there is an AI designed and developed coronavirus vaccine? Are you going to take that? We're going to talk about that today. We also have to talk about how a user of ChatGPT says it is so easy to get involved into a relationship, I guess I would say, with a chatbot. And we're going to be talking about, what's the last one? Why more Americans are unemployed for longer periods of time. So those are our topics of today. Before we jump into our first topic, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping really quick. Just want to say a big shout out to all the subscribers to the channel. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, allowing me to add value to your life. I am here so that I can keep myself accountable, so I can learn, so I can work on these things and I can share it with you, and so that we can stay up to date with what's happening in the AI space, the tech space, the cybersecurity space, how to maneuver and how to work around. We're looking for jobs, careers, how to make the most out of that. So we strategize together here on this live stream. We do that over at techcoachralph.dev. Shout out to all the tech barbarians. We have a Scrum Night tonight. Stream it live. You can watch our Scrum Night for free over at techcoachralph.dev. After this show, it's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern time to see what we're working on, how we move, how we work. I'm simulating a real working environment so that my tech barbarians can get more familiar, more acclimated. So once they actually land that job, they don't know, like they actually know what they're doing. All right. A lot of people, they go into these boot camps and then they just go, they're like, okay, now that I'm doing this boot camp, I just have to apply to 3,472 jobs, and they get 0 callbacks. And it doesn't have to be that way. I think that you need some real training, some real guidance, some real mentorship. And that's what I offer over at techcoachralph.dev. Go over there, join us, and let's have a conversation, ask us questions, see what we're working on, join us for our vibe code and chills, all that good stuff. Shout out to my tech barbarians who work so hard day in and day out. You guys are the absolute best. And of course, shout out to my tech mercenaries, the YouTube channel members who keep this channel alive. They take this channel across the entire world. So for that, I cannot be more thankful to you guys. We work so hard on this channel, and regardless of what happens on this channel, the work that we do here, it is for offline growth, for off-channel growth, so we can perform in the workplace, in our own activities, our portfolios, whatever it is that you need to do. There's a way that tech can solve it. I saw a picture the other day, or not a picture, but a video the other day of it was on Instagram, and it was a jiu-jitsu teacher, maybe I don't know, some martial arts teacher, right? And they show themselves tying a kid's belt, talking about, oh, they said AI is going to take jobs. Funny enough, but I will tell you this. In the age of technology, there are so many different enhancements to everything that we do. One of my favorite sites to go to as someone who does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is BJJ Fanatics, because it is a platform that allows people to upload their tutorials, their instructionals, so people can learn from one another. When before tools like that, or before platforms like that, you just didn't have the opportunity to learn from a variety of different people. And it also expands the economy for different people, where you can have people all over the world learning from you and purchasing your courses. Same thing, like these schools now, they can have their own online platforms so that people can have a shared curriculum and they can learn what other people are learning. So yes, AI and technology is not going to take over jobs, but it's going to enhance jobs, and it's going to make people better. Because now, let's say you go and you learn something on an online tutorial and you get really good at it, and now you go to train. You're introducing new things, better competition to your training partners. You go to competition, and that goes for all areas of life. You know what? Let me show you this real quick. I'm gonna show you this really, really quick. I was, as somebody who enjoys playing basketball, I was fascinated by this piece of technology. Let me see if I can find it. Lumistar? What is it called? Lumistar.ai. So for anyone who, let me see if there's a video of this thing. Internet is so slow. This is crazy. This is wild. Oh, and they have all types of, they have one for, oh my God, how much is this? So this is what I'm looking at over here, right? So I didn't even know they had one for tennis, but because I saw the one for basketball. But basically they are using AI so that with cameras on it, so it knows where to, in this case, I'm guessing where to serve the ball for you, and at the speed and stuff like that. But they have one for basketball. The first one I saw was for basketball. I was like, wow, this is great. Oh, there was one for basketball, right? Carry. This is for tennis training partner, personal AI tennis training partner. But I was looking at this one, right? And basically what this thing does, it goes all the way up to the net and it gets the rebound and it passes it to you where you want to go, and you can analyze your shot and everything like that based on your gesture. It can pass you the ball. I was like, this is technology. This is the purpose, to make us better, to assist us, because guess what? Training on your own is so hard, and then trying to find somebody to train with you. I remember I used to wake up at like 5 a.m. to drive to the gym, and me and a friend, we would just be taking turns drilling and stuff like that. So one person would get the rebound, pass it, one person and then you just go around however many shots. And now this tool right here, you can do it on your own. And from what I was seeing, there was a two person. Where is the video for this thing? We have to get it from YouTube. Oh, look at this one. So take a look at this. Oh, come on, internet. Let me see. Are you serious? Are we doing this today? Looks like the internet. Oh my God. Give me a second. This is bad. This doesn't have good speed.
Training.
Give me a second. But from the picture though, from this, you can see how this is, right? So this, the guy shooting, an AI picture, his hands look weird. But he's shooting, and there's this net thing that goes up, and this thing is like fully automated. Like it goes up and then it just goes around the whole net or the whole hoop, and then like it'll get the rebound for you, bring it down into this little thing, and as you move, it is passing you the ball. You do a gesture. I was fascinated by this piece of technology. Fascinated because it helps you get better. Let me see how this thing. Says the speed is good. whatever.
Starts
Maybe.
the moment you arrive.
All right, let's see.
Carry rolls in with you.
So look at this.
Attach
All right,
the net.
whatever.
Step
We'll
on
leave it at.
the pedal.
All right, I can't. All right, well, we'll look at it another time. But the point is this type of technology available to now for tennis, for athletes. We have the wearable technology that's like tracking all this type of data to help us get better. So my point is that we need to look at technology as our assistant and not as our replacement, right? So I was fascinated by this. Anyways, let me check one more thing over here. Make sure I'm on the right internet. Oh, no wonder I'm on the wrong internet. All right, give me a second. Let me try one more thing. I see what happened. Let me see if I can get this to work. I hate when this thing switches internets. Let's see. Okay. 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 Let me see what I can do real quick. Oh my goodness, why is this whole thing? All right, cool. Let's go to here. And toast it. This normally fix it. I might not have to switch internets because if I have to switch it, I'm gonna get like kind of dropped for a second, buffering. But at least we caught it now. Let's see. If the speed doesn't pick up, then I'm going to have to switch. We're good to go. We are good to go. All right, so let's go take a quick look at this real quick because I was just fascinated by this. All right, so let's go here.
Power. The net lifts on its own.
Look at that.
Arrival to ready.
That is so
in
cool.
60 seconds.
Are we doing this? But you get the point. And what I saw when I watched this video the other day, as you move around and you put your hand up, it's gonna follow you and give you the perfect pass that you need so you can practice on your game. And I'm curious to see how the tennis one is. So really, really cool stuff. All right, let me do a speed test real quick. Still tripping. Might have to switch the internet connection. But we are going to get into our first topic of today. Sorry, three topics. Let me switch it. I'm going to switch internets. I don't like how this is going. So give me a second. Back. Let me see how we're looking. Should be back. We are good. We should be good now. All right. Internet is back faster than ever once you're on the right internet connection, you know. So with that being said, I'm going to check the chat real quick and then we are going to get into our first topic of today. We got Maddox in. Hold up. Got Maddox as hello team. What up, Maddox? Nice to see you. Why is it not showing on my screen though? Interesting. Every time when you switch connections. Give me a second. Great. I have an idea. Let's go to here. And let's do so annoying. Stop doing it. Let's go to let me do all right, let's stop that. Let's select my sources. This thing is driving me crazy. Let's go to social. All right, let's try that again. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Let me see. I can't get it. I don't know what's going on. This whole internet thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and what up? What up, Maddox? How you doing today? Got my guy Junior Largy in the building with the
What's up? What's up?
what's up, Junior? How's it going? How's it going? Hopefully this thing gonna start working. I don't know. Maddox, I haven't streamed on Twitch for God knows how long. Twitch is not the most tech content friendly place. I'm just gonna stick to YouTube. Let's run it up on YouTube first, and then we'll figure out the rest. All right. So if I can't get the chat messages up, it is what it is. I don't know what's going on here, but let's go ahead and jump into this topic. Right. Let's go ahead and jump into this topic. Why are Americans unemployed for a longer period of time nowadays? Let's go ahead and jump over here.
Over 1.8 million Americans have been classified as long-term unemployed in a given month in 2026, meaning they've been out of work for at least 27 weeks. That accounts for about a quarter of all unemployed Americans. Long-term unemployment has seen a sharp rise in the US, up about 55% from 2023 and 45% from 2019.
I just recently got let go or laid off from a startup right before Thanksgiving. I thought that, this was going to come around with the level of expertise and the amount of people that I've networked with my entire career. This is only going to be temporary. And I was shocked by the end of January that nothing had, hit. I had refreshed my resume. I think I banged on every person's door in my LinkedIn connections. I had found every single connection I had, and there was just cold lead after cold lead after cold lead and a no. And so just give it a couple more weeks. This is going to work out. And then, it really did blink, and 6 months is flown by.
Economists are interested in this group of people because their experience can help determine the health of the American labor market. Think of it like this. If more Americans are taking months and months to find jobs, that can indicate the market has a higher barrier to entry and isn't as strong. The rising amount of long-term unemployed people is a sign of the low hire, low fire environment. With companies reluctant to increase headcounts amid higher interest rates and the rise of artificial intelligence, it becomes more difficult and can take longer for people to find a job. That's exemplified by the hiring rate for US non-farm payrolls, which stood at 3.5% in March. It's trended downward since 2021, meaning companies have been adding workers at a slower rate.
I've probably interviewed over 20 different times, and out of those 100 applications, I've probably been ghosted maybe 80 times. And so it's not that we're not trying, it's the fact that we're getting buried.
I wonder, I don't like a lot of these conversations, these news segments where they're not specifying what the person was like, what role the person was in, what are they applying for. Just because you get back years ago at these startups, they would have these like different roles: masseuse, chef, quiet time room caretaker, stuff like that, right? All of these non-traditional roles So when you say you get fired from a startup, I'm like, okay, what did you do there? So now when you're like, oh, I've been applying. Okay, what is it that you're actually applying for? You know, and that's those are the type of questions that I have. Whenever I hear something that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, the first thing that comes to mind is a bunch of questions. I don't just jump to conclusions. I ask questions. I'm like, well, what is happening here, here, and here that's causing this? As opposed to, oh my God, this isn't right. Oh my God, this is wrong. I'm like, what could be the factors that are leading to this? Does that make sense to you? That's how I see it. That's the way that I see it. So I'm just wondering, what jobs are you looking for? And when you say ghosted, does that mean that you interviewed and they never, wait, hold up. He said something weird.
Rates and the rise of artificial intelligence, it becomes more difficult and can take longer for people to find a job. That's exemplified by the hiring rate for US non-farm payrolls, which stood at 3.5% in March. It's trended downward since 2021, meaning companies have been adding workers at a slower rate.
I've probably interviewed over 20 different times.
Well, to be fair, companies were hiring a bunch of people during the pandemic because the government was giving away free money. Also, I don't think anything has changed because companies were getting started to hire when there was this boot camp epidemic. Like, oh, I went to a boot camp for 6 weeks. Now I should be making $400,000 a year. And then now people are doing everything with AI, their resumes with AI. I read this Reddit post yesterday where this person was saying, oh, this company told me why they rejected me. They said because I spelled the company's name wrong. Like the requirements of the job said the cover letter should just be a brief 1 paragraph of X, Y, and Z, and you provided like 3 paragraphs, and you were saying a bunch of stuff that wasn't asked for. You had typos and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, of course people are going to get rejected more because if they're producing poor quality work, at the end of the day, a company still wants a good employee. Right. So this guy said that he wait, hold on.
5% in March. It's
Say 20
trended
times?
downward since 2021, meaning companies have been adding workers at a slower rate.
I've probably interviewed over 20 different times. And out of those 100 applications, I've probably been ghosted maybe 80 times. And
Wait, what? Does that make it all right? I've probably been interviewed over 20 different times. Out of 100 applications, I've been ghosted 80 times. Wait, what? That
Meaning
makes no
companies have been
sense.
adding workers at a slower rate.
I've probably interviewed over 20 different times.
I've probably interviewed over 20 different times.
And out of those 100 applications, I've probably been
Out of those 100 applications,
ghosted maybe 80 times. And
I've been ghosted maybe 80 times. Sorry, if you never hear back in the first place for an interview, you were never ghosted. It's like sliding into someone's DMs on Instagram, right? And you give them this nice little message, and you say, oh, what's going on, whatever. And then they don't respond to you. They leave you unread, or maybe they even read it and they don't respond to you. And you're waiting for a response and you never get one. Did they ghost you? In my opinion, you were not ghosted. You were just ignored, right? There's a difference between getting ignored and getting ghosted. Ghosted is you start a conversation, maybe you actually have interaction, and then you never get responded to afterwards. You went on an interview or you went on a date, right? You go and you think it went well, and then you send a follow-up email or you send a text message the next morning, and then you never hear back. That is ghosting. If you send a DM or and you never hear back, or you put in your application, you never hear back, that is not ghosting. That is just being ignored. Like, am I off on that? I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right?
So it's not that we're not trying, it's the fact that we're getting buried amongst each other because there's so many of us looking for jobs right now. There's only so much that talent acquisition and HR departments can do to find the talent that their companies are looking for. We are quite literally all drowning in the unemployment crisis right now.
This kind of a
I think that companies will seek out who they want. They'll leave room for applications to come in and stuff like that. But what recruiters do at companies, and when they use third-party recruiters, they are searching. They're headhunters. They're searching for people that can actually do the job. So you might have thousands of people applying for it, but they're looking for like 5-10 people that they're going to say, oh, okay, this is the job. Go ahead and apply for it. And that's basically a guarantee. Like if a recruiter reaches out to you and tells you to apply, that's a guaranteed interview. Guaranteed interview. And you get so much closer to the job. Like you already passed the first step. They're reaching out to you. So you need to market yourself, your LinkedIn, because a lot of times they don't have your resume. They see your LinkedIn. Cater your LinkedIn to the job that you want. Cater your resume to the job that you want. Be ready to communicate. Network, things of that nature, so that you can actually get into the realm of the people that you want, right? But if you still have a dusty LinkedIn profile that your boot camp told you this is the way that you set it up, and you have the same exact looking LinkedIn page as everyone else that goes here with the same terrible resume that everyone else that goes here, then you're gonna get the same results as everybody else, which is absolutely nothing. You're going to put in 3,527 applications in a year and get nothing back. Shout out to you over there. I wonder what happened to my sound. I don't know what happened to my sound. I'm supposed to have a sound for that. Let me see. I don't know what happened to that sound. Ah, there it goes. Regardless. Anyways, is this done? Let me see.
economy creates challenges even for workers who already have jobs. With more people competing for fewer openings, employers have more leverage in today's market. Year-over-year growth in wages has seen a significant drop from the highs of 2022. But just as costly is the hidden toll of long-term unemployment. First, there's the personal cost that extends far beyond a single missed
All right, we have to speed this up because he talks a little too slow for my liking.
paycheck. Research shows that after a decade, long-term unemployed workers earned about 32% less than non-displaced workers, compared with only 9% less for short-term unemployed workers. Job losses have also been linked to worsening mental and physical health, as well as greater social withdrawal.
What psychologists tell us is that other than the death of a family member or a close friend, this is one of the most devastating things that people face. So it's a very serious health problem and an economic problem.
The amount of rejection, the amount of ghosting eats away at you. Even with therapy, it's still like, it's really hard to constantly be told that you're not good enough or that there's not a spot for you. And as someone that's always like carved their own way or found a path to success, it feels like there's just a blockade in the road, and that no matter how big the bulldozer is that you're pushing or how hard that you're pushing yourself, that blockade's not moving.
Then there
Let me ask you a question. Are you really carving your own way, making your own way, if you are dependent and reliant on a third party to make a decision to bring you in, right? Yes, you want to be able to add value to a organization, but you might think that you're doing your part, but I just wonder, are you making your own way? Are you figuring it out when you are still depending on someone else to make a decision on you? Right? So for me, I'm always of the mindset of that you need to build your own. Like, still work for a company, work for there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I think that's a great thing to do. I work for a company, but you cannot become reliant on only a company. That's why, for instance, here we are always working on different projects, figuring things out, and the things that I learn here, I apply to the work that I do at work, and the things that I learn at work, I apply those concepts to the work that I do here. I'm not like my work, like my job is not the end all be all for me. And the things that I do here is not the end all be all for me. I'm always thinking, I always have that mindset of, okay, what else can we do? How do we pivot? Always looking like future focused. You know?
There's a societal cost. Communities with high levels of long-term unemployment often see higher rates of crime and violence. Other studies have found that children who grow up with long-term parental unemployment tend to have significantly worse mental health in their adulthood. And lastly, it can hinder the growth of the US economy. A widely adopted economic rule of thumb estimates that a 1% increase in the unemployment rate is associated with a 3% reduction in GDP. That's because high unemployment often leads to the suppression of consumer spending, which accounts for almost 70% of America's gross domestic product. For millions of Americans, long-term unemployment is more than a temporary setback. It can reshape their careers, families, and communities for years to come.
What do you guys think about that? Honestly, for me, I think that the first thing, like I said, I want to know what are these roles that people are applying for. We keep hearing, oh, college grads, they're not finding jobs in the age of AI, but what are their majors in? They say computer science this, computer science that. I see so many opportunities with AI for college grads, especially computer science majors, to start innovating, to start building, and to use AI. Don't reject AI, but use AI so you can show companies that you are AI focused and that you can grow and add value. And lastly, like I said earlier, you need to have a self-development routine so that you don't become bound only to a company. Treat it like this. The way that I see it, I like to analogize tech to all sorts of things. Let's take sports, for instance, right? You want to be the most sought after free agent. For a while, no longer now, but for a while, every offseason, the question was, what is LeBron James going to do? I'm taking my talent to South Beach. That was one. Then when he fled Miami to go back to Cleveland, then and I think in Cleveland he had a the way that they were doing it was 1 year option, and then he's like, all right, now I'm going to the Lakers. You want to make yourself the most sought after free agent. So that means in the best technical shape of your life, always, knowing these new tools, knowing these new platforms, knowing how to use them, having a well sought out portfolio, a well curated portfolio, so that wherever you go, wherever you land, and being able to communicate very well. That way, whenever you find yourself in a situation, you're firing on all cylinders. All right. Let me know your thoughts below. Drop me a comment, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification so you know every time I go live and drop new content as well. Go to techcoachralph.dev. Join us to have more of these type of conversations over at our Vibe Code and Chills. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow, Speak Precisely app, and the Tech Barbarians coaching portal over at techcoachralph.dev. All right, let's go over to, I'm gonna check the chat real quick and then we're going to jump into our first working segment of tonight. Remember, we do have Scrum Night shortly after the show at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Stream it live for free over at techcoachralph.dev. Ask us questions to the Tech Barbarians to see the type of mindset that they had, all of that good stuff. All right, now my chats are showing up. We got Maddox, who had the hello team. My guy Junior with the what's up? What's up? What's good, Junior? His S's are S-ing. Sounds like Snake with all that hissing. You are so bad, Junior. You know what? You get one of these.
How dare you?
I tell you. Junior says you are
What's this? Oh, it's only money.
Shout out to my guy, Magnetar.
Appreciate you.
Gonna read that in a second, but Junior says you are absolutely right. It's not ghosting. They were never interested. I agree. You're only ghosted if you had interaction. And sometimes if you just write that one message, hey, and then they're like, hey, and then you write again and they never respond to you, I still don't think that's ghosting. I think you need to have some sort of a bond, even if it's a light bond, some sort of a bond, and then they totally ignore you. You know, let you have some type of interaction. Maybe you Uber Eats some food to them, and then they got the food, they ate it, they said thank you, and then the next day you said, hey, what's up? And then they never responded to you. You got ghosted. All right. Moral of the story is, do not Uber Eats strangers that you met on Instagram. All right. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Let me see. We got my guy Magnetar in the building. Hit me with a Sith, Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Junior, I'm going to say Sith. Sith. Oh my goodness. Junior says all those excuses sounds like personal problems. Junior, you have no heart. Maddox says future proofing and says like my PCs and servers at home. Exactly. And Junior says stop spending our money. Coach will say keep it coming. Hey, you know what I call it, Junior? You know what I call it, Junior? I call it a tax refund. When Magnetar sends me a super chat, I call it a tax refund. So shout out to my guy Magnetar with the tax refund.
I appreciate you.
All right, let's get into a little bit of work. I'm traveling this week, so probably keep the show up to 5 o'clock, regardless of how far we get. Shout out to you for subscribing to the channel. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our first segment because time is running. Had a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning. Let's get to this. All right. So we are going to do some checking, some configurations, make sure that our app is ready for testing in the App Store.
It's time to do.
So let's go over to here. So this is Google Play. And that's updated April 19th, 2026. What in the world is going on here? So I'm going to go ahead and open up the Android Studio. We're going to build the Speak Precisely app for Android. I guess we should do some testing because we did a lot of work on it lately. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of testing. Maddox, have you seen the Speak Precisely app yet? I don't know if you've seen it yet. Let's go ahead and open. Let me get a, and for those who don't know, we use Kilo Code on this for some of our work here. Kilo Code is an open source agentic coding tool. Similar to like Cursor, but there's no subscription. Like it's just based off you bring your own API keys. They have an API that you can use, like they have AI that you can use too. But if you have your own API keys and you just want to handle that between you and your provider, you do it that way. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's do a fold. I haven't looked at the Speak Precisely app on the Pixel Fold yet. Why is this app open? So we have our fold open. We're going to go here. We're going to say run it. Wait for it to start up. I wonder why it's trying to start this app up. The time cost calculator. And at some point, we are going to get back to the time cost calculator because I have plans for that app. Some AI integrations, productivity tools. Look, here on this channel, we believe in productivity tools. The time cost calculator, the Speak Precisely app, the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, all for productivity, helping us get better, get our reps up. And while we're waiting for this to start up, Junior's going to appreciate this. Maybe. I think he will. But this morning, I had one of my, Justin from the jiu-jitsu channel. He came over like at 7:30 in the morning, and we were practicing jiu-jitsu early this morning. And a lot of times when you're able to bring someone into like what you want to do, it's a lot easier to stick to it. Oh, we do have Patreon on this, but it's a lot easier to stick to it. So by knowing that he was coming at 7:30 in the morning for us to train, and I'm like, all right, we have to do it at 7:30 because I still have to make it to basketball at 9:30. We're like, all right, so and we trained really well, like sweating like crazy for like early in the day, and then just went right into basketball right after that. But it's like when you have someone who wants to learn with you, it's so much easier to make things happen. And now maybe we'll be able to get Henry to, because like I used to train 8 times a week, and now it's gone down to like 3 times a week just because of distance and stuff like that. But if we can bring in some additional training, and I was like, oh, I want to stream it too. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll figure that part out. I can't promise. That'll be cool though. Live training sessions, stream to YouTube on the other channel. All right, so we are going to say. Let you go ahead and log in. What do you guys think about the fold phones, like those Pixel folds, and I guess Samsung has a fold? What do you guys think about those phones? All right, so we are in, and let me do a quick little recording. I'm on a live stream right now doing a demo of the application. I don't see the pitch. Maybe I thought we had this working the other day. Did this stop working? But I don't know. Looks like we're not getting any sound all of a sudden. Not muted. Pretty sure we had this working the other day on Android. Could be wrong. Let's go to. Let's just build it and push it up to. I'm gonna build it, push it up to Android Studio, or not Android Studio, but to Google Play Console, and then we'll see if there's an issue there. Let's go to Flutter, build, app bundle, ls cd app, and then we're going to do Flutter build app bundle. There we go. So once that's built, we're going to upload it to once that's built, we're going to upload it to here, because the last time was from April that we worked on this, and we've done way more work on it than that. So let's go to internal testing. Let's create new release. And all right, so we'll upload it once we have it available. Might say some Android apps are better on a tablet, like my investment app in books. That's a good point. I mean, having something like on a wider screen definitely would be helpful. Like for example, the app that I have for like the content creation stuff, it works horrifically on a mobile device just because of the amount of typing and stuff and options that you have to choose from. But on a tablet slash an iPad, it works great over there. All right, so the app is built. Let's go ahead and upload that. Let's go over here. It's under bundle release, app release, outputs, build, app, outputs, bundle. All right, there it goes right here. And I'm gonna see if I can just drag it all the way across like 3 screens. There we go. Let's see. Drew says he likes the flip phones from back in the day. That's because you just like when you hang up with people, you just slam the phone shut. Ever since they made like these smartphones where you have the touch screen, you can't the phone, you know? You just gotta like, you just have to press the button on it. Like you just have to do like a hard press on the button, like, right? Like showed you. You have to do an angry tap on the phone, and then you just like fling the phone. You're like, that's the best you can do when you have a smartphone. When someone annoys you, they upset you, you just do a hard press and you just push it away. Version 5 has already been used. Gosh darn it. All that just to tell us that it's already been used. All right, so let's go to PubSpec. Let's bump this to let's go to 1.1 and then do this as a 6. Wait, what? 1.1.0. All right, there we go. Let's build it one more time. Then we have to upload it again. So once we get this there, then we should be able to test it. So like I was saying the other day, what I plan to do, I plan to take everyone who is a member of the Patreon, adding them as a tester to both iOS and to Android, and whatever device or platform that they're on, they can use that for the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, as well as the Speak Precisely app, and they can be testers. And what I'll do is I'll make a Patreon post about how to get the app. So whether you're using Apple or Android, I'll have the link to Android so you can just get it. For Apple, you need TestFlight to be able to get it. And we'll do it one for each app. So for this app, Speak Precisely, and for the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, both very, very useful. All right, app is built. Let's go ahead and drag it over. And we will say what are the changes in this latest release so I can update the Android or the Google Play Store release notes. I have to make sure that the mic works too on the Android device. I don't know if this is less than 1,000 characters. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's say now, where do we, all right, release notes. I'm going to say text needs, so I'm over here. Text needs to be under 1 characters. I think it's 1,000. And no markdown code. All right, so now we should get something a little better. There we go. Let's take that. Let's go there. So we're here. We added our release notes, added new features and improvements to user registration process, fix issues with mic input, applied comprehensive branding, integrated latest platform-specific config changes. Next. Supported, save and publish, save and publish. All right, so this is here, and I can go here, copy link. I'm going to paste that to myself. Come on, drop the link there. Go on my phone. So something that I noticed is when I go to the app, it says you're a tester for com.speakprecisely.app. And then so if you can see that, and then I go download test app, and it doesn't say, I'm going to update it, but I'm going to ask Gemini, or I'm going to ask Kilo through Gemini, or Gemini through Kilo. When I am testing the app, it just has the domain information for the app as the name, such as com.speakprecisely.app. I am still in internal testing mode. Is that accurate? And it said it couldn't install actually. Let me see why. Update. I wonder if this is going to give me any information on why I couldn't install. I don't see. Let's see, monitor. I don't see what the issue is. I'm gonna say. So what did this say before? It said that hasn't said anything else. All right, that's completely normal and accurate when your app is internal testing. All right, cool. So that's good. But when I try to, before I try to, I'm just gonna uninstall it first, and then I'm gonna install it. Okay, now it says it's downloading. Okay, so I had to uninstall it and then reinstall it for some reason. Maybe there was something different about it that I couldn't update it. So now I'm going to open. Let's go to full screen. App is open. Gonna log in. Logging in. Why am I not logging in? All right, so we're in. I think, so one thing that we need to do is, because it didn't tell me that my password was wrong. So let's go ahead and try this real quick, because it didn't tell me that my password was wrong. So let me go to sign out. And testing. Let's see if we have any error that shows up. There's no error that shows up. So that's something that we need to do. We need to add an error message when somebody enters the wrong password. But for the time being, let's go ahead and try to record something. I'm on a live stream right now, and I just wanted to make sure that the visual pitch value. Nothing I can do about that one. All right. So like I was saying, I'm on a live stream right now, and I just wanted to make sure that the pitch visualizer was actually working with our latest changes to the app. I'm working on pushing it to the App Store as well to the iOS store. I have Junior in the chat. I have Maddox in the chat. I have Magnetar in the chat. So shout out to all of them. I'm on a live stream right now, and I just wanted to make sure that the pitch visualizer was actually working with our latest changes to the app. And it is working, so that's awesome. And I'm going to click on Analyze now, all right? This button. And I do not have enough minutes in order to be able to do it. So we get back from break, I will update the database so I can have enough minutes so that we can continue testing this out. All right. Or maybe I can do it from the app. I don't know. We shall see. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to our first break for tonight. See the chat. See what we got going on over there. Magnetar says tax money, tax refund. That's what I call it. Whenever Magnetar sends me a super check, I say, "Oh, I got my tax refund." Junior says he remembers Justin. Says it's a great thing when you have the right people around to help you grow. Things can advance super quick with the right people who are just as hungry.
Flawless victory.
That is a fact. Says I don't like those fold phones. I like the flip phones from back in the days. Like I said, because Junior used to like to jam it on, like just slap the phone. Now all you can do is like do a hard soft press on the phone, right? Let's see. And it says Max says I like them. I don't own one yet, but I could use it and not need my tablet. I have both phone, tablet, laptop, PC, and home servers. A fold could cut me two devices for me. That is true. But you'll probably just keep both devices, or you'll get rid of the phone. You'll use the fold, But then you'll still like go back and forth between what the Fold is best at and what the tablet / iPad is best at. So some Android apps are better on a tablet, like my investment app and books. And companies, they'll add more features in the, because they have more real estate to work with in the wider screen. So let me see. Judah says, I wouldn't know. I graduated from Android to iPhone, but seriously, I loved Android phones. I want to get an Android phone as well as their tablets to see how they work. They work pretty good. I would say when it comes to tablets, iPad is probably superior. When it comes to phones, there's so many different variations of Android phones that someone could say Apple, but there's so many different options to choose from, like from Samsung, from the OnePlus, from Google's phones, and all, like, because it's open source software. You can just throw it on any phone. And you're just like, and he's doing his rod burn. He says, just drown already. So I got messed over by Apple. I may never go back. Totally killed my Mac server way back in the day. Oh my God. Bad experiences are always good reasons to not go back. Can't blame you on that one.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
All right, we're gonna get into our second break of tonight. We are gonna be okay, so this one, it's serious, right? AI create a universal coronavirus vaccine. Universal, so it should technically work against all Ronas. Is that a game changer, or are you like, hell nah, we ain't going. We are not going. It ain't happening. AI created, so it says AI created this universal coronavirus vaccine. I don't know. Let's dive into this article to see what they are talking about. So this one, the source of this, Science Daily, says AI designed universal coronavirus vaccine passes first human trials. First human trial? Who was the subject? And how did they get this vaccine? Because remember, coronavirus is just a cold from my understanding, but they have different elements of it, right? So ours happened to be COVID-19 because it was year 2019 that it officially started. But it just, coronavirus is common, right? So it says, so this comes from University of Cambridge, probably over in the UK. It says scientists have successfully tested an AI-designed universal coronavirus vaccine in humans for the first time. Finding it safe and well tolerated.
Bueller.
Are we buying this? Are we buying this? The vaccine generated immune responses against multiple coronaviruses, including SARS-CoV-2, SARS, and related bat viruses with pandemic potential. By targeting futures shared across an entire virus family, it aims to provide protection even as viruses evolve. It says a new type of universal coronavirus has passed its first human clinical trial, marking an important step forward towards broader protection against future virus outbreaks. I don't know. It's developed by researchers at University of Cambridge and university spin-out company Dioxinvax Ltd. The experimental vaccine was found to be safe and caused no significant side effects in a study involving 39. They just say 39? 39 healthy volunteers. All right, look. You are not going to R. Kelly me and piss on my head and tell me that it's raining. All right. Nope. 39 healthy volunteers. 39 healthy volunteers? wouldn't you need to test it on somebody who's actually sick though to see if it actually works? How do you know that if they end up getting some type of coronavirus, that they don't start to like grow a tail or something? What if they start growing a tail? I don't know. Unlike conventional vaccines that target specific virus strains, this vaccine was designed to protect against multiple members of the Sarbeco coronavirus family. Sarbeco sounds like a mob family. This group includes SARS-CoV-2, the virus responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as SARS and several related bat coronaviruses that could potentially spill over into humans in the future. The trial showed that the vaccine stimulated immune responses not only to SARS-CoV-2 and SARS, but also against related bat viruses that have not yet infected humans. The findings were published in the Journal of Infection. They have journals for everything. AI designed, so here's what we really want to know. AI designed the vaccine technology. Yes, they did. The study also marked another milestone. It was the first time a vaccine whose active ingredient was created entirely through computer simulations was tested in people. So you guys talking about jobs that are going to be taken? Creating viruses and vaccines for the virus that they create is going to be all AI based. That's the tricky part. Researchers use artificial intelligence and machine learning to design what they call a super antigen. The antigen is the component of a vaccine that trains the immune system to recognize and fight infection. Rather than focusing on a single virus strain, the AI system analyzed genetic information from the Sarbeco coronavirus collected through surveillance programs worldwide. Using this information, it identified features shared across the entire virus group and combined them into a single vaccine antigen. And in the terms of tech, into a single PR, onto a single branch, right? It put it on one branch. And then now, once the AI wants to inject you with their vaccine, that is what we call merging to main or merging to master or whatever your main branch is. All right. So the goal is to create protection not only against known viruses, but also against future strains that have not yet emerged. This trial proves the safety of an entire new way of designing vaccines. The technology uses an AI-designed super antigen to provide lasting protection against a broad range of viruses. For example, the Ebola group, the Sarbeco coronavirus group, even as they mutate. Researchers believe the same strategy could eventually be applied to other virus families, including Ebola virus and influenza virus, the flu. So that means that our flu shots that we're supposed to take yearly, right? That they could even create one of these super viruses for our flu shots. So we'll see how that goes. Moving beyond constant vaccine updates, many current vaccines, including seasonal flu shots and updated COVID-19 vaccines, are designed around virus strain already circulating in people. So yes, but also if they keep you coming back for more vaccines, they are going to run up the money. Will inject for work. All right. That sounds like a terrible thing that a heroin addict might say, or a crack addict might say, but I digress. Professor Jonathan Heaney at the Lab of Viral Zoonotics, Zoonotics, and the University of Cambridge Department of Veterinary Medicine, who led the scientific research, said the new approach could help solve that problem. We converted vaccine development from being a reactive to being future-proof. Our vaccines will continue to provide protection against viruses even as they mutate into strains. As said Heaney, he added, we've overcome the problem of traditional vaccines, which have limited protection. It means we can escape the constant cycle of chasing the virus variant circulating in humans and updating the vaccine to try to catch up like a dog chasing its tail.
Bruh.
We've overcome the problem of traditional vaccines. Okay, anyways, by targeting features shared across the entire virus family, researchers hope the vaccine will remain effective even as new variants appear. Interesting. Human trial results. Volunteers between the ages of 18 and 50 received the vaccine at the National Institute for Health and Care Research, NIHR, clinical research facilities in Southampton. It sounds like it should be Southampton, but it's actually Southampton and Cambridge. Because unless you're going to tell me the H is there's not an H that should be pronounced, right? So I don't know. The study was sponsored by the University Hospital Southampton NHS Foundation Trust. The vaccine super antigen can be used with several different vaccine delivery platforms. In this trial, researchers delivered it as a DNA vaccine using a microfluid jet system. Because the method does not require a needle, it could offer an alternative for people who are uncomfortable with injections. Researchers also believe it may make large-scale vaccination campaigns easier and faster, particularly in settings where traditional injections are more difficult to administer. Let me see. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good on this so far. Preparing for, yeah, we're good. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about this AI built corona, like not COVID-19, but the full wide range of coronavirus? It looked through all of the different viruses to see what are their similarities, and they built their pathogen or their antigen, whatever they want to call it, based on that. What do you think about decisions for what vaccines you get being made or not made by AI? Could you see someone going to the Claude and like, oh, should I take this vaccine? Here are the details. And Claude is like, oh yes, go ahead and do it. And then the next morning you wake up with a third tail growing, or not a third because you don't have one, but you wake up with a tail growing out of your back. Let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment below. Let me know if you are lining up to take this AI developed coronavirus vaccine. Let me know if you're going to be signing up to do that. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. Go to techcoachrob.dev, join us for our vibe coding shows, join us for our Scrum Nights, get access to Speak Precisely, get access to Resume Flow, get access to the Tech Barbarians coaching portal over at techcoachralph.dev. All right, we're gonna go and jump into another working. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna check the chat first. I'm gonna check the chat, and then we're going to then we're gonna get to work. All right. So, let me see. They say. Junior says, I will already say absolutely not. I am not going for it. I didn't even go for the first one. What? You didn't go for the first one, Junior? You didn't go to 2 weeks to stop the spread?
How dare you?
Were you just one of those people who just wanted it to spread all over the world because you did not want to do your part to stop the spread? 2 weeks to stop the spread? You couldn't do that, Junior. My goodness, how could you? And then we were locked up for like 3 years. And then we were locked up for like 3 years. I'm gonna put the lockdowns on you, Junior. I'm gonna put the lockdowns on you. Because if you were just to participate in 2 weeks to stop the spread, we would have got somewhere. I am just kidding. All right. I'll give myself a round of applause for that one. Maddox says, company lost like 5K, no telling how much missed out on with my side gig. Yup. And Magnus says he is not, I repeat, he is not going. Meep, meep. It says, I'll pass. And here says, yeah, zoo because they think we are animals. Let me see. DNA vaccine. Nah, I'm good. And it says they'll say the tail is growing because we came from monkeys and we're going back to being monkeys. Oh my goodness. Only certain people can say that, all right? Only certain people can say that. I'm curious to know if they ever test these vaccines on themselves. Well, they tested on 39 people, so it must work, right? I'd be very, very confident if it worked on 39 people as well. It says, I wasn't sick. I never wore a mask. I worked the night shift by myself mostly at the time. All I know, you did not do your part. You did not participate in 2 weeks to stop this. He's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this nonsense. You can't be above the program. You can't be above the program. All right. If they say, hey, we're taking AI vaccines, we're like, all right, let's take these AI driven vaccines. I'll be the 40th person to have it tried on.
Bruh.
All right. All right. So that's everything. Let's go ahead and do, it's already 4:30. We're going to do one more segment of work. And then based off how that segment goes, we'll see if we're going to do one more break topic. If not, we're going to leave it at that. All right. But let's go ahead and jump into our next one. Put up another 20.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. Let's go ahead and, so we need to upgrade our account. All right, let's go over here. Let's go over here. And we are gonna go over to here. Okay, we got some more minutes. Back on the phone. And oh God. Let me close it and open it back up. Okay. I am going to. Oh. Okay, so we should have a way to refresh. But let's go over to. I'm on a live stream right now, and I just wanted to make sure that the picture. Okay, now analyze. I think it's going through. I think we need to add it because right now I pressed analyze and nothing. It's not showing anything. So I think it's going through. However, yeah, it does go through, but there's no indication that that's happening. But definitely does work. All right, that is good if you can see this over here. So it's working on Apple, or not Apple, but on Android. So let's go ahead and do the one for Apple now. I don't know where we're at with Apple. Let me check Apple. So we got the app over here. We got our plans. One thing I don't see is the purchase options. Okay, so whatever. Let's go to so this one is good, I think. Let me go to I guess that's fine. Should I keep it consistent? I think I should keep it consistent. Well, no, I'll leave it as that because we're gonna have to make some additional updates to it anyway, so there's no point. Let me see. Let's go to test information. So we don't have any testers yet. I don't know if we tried this on the, so I mean, I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna build it just so that we can get the same version numbers on both apps. Flutter build IPA. So let's set that build, and then I want to go and upload to here. Oh, we need TestFlight. Before you can start testing, a developer has to invite you. What are you talking about? Oh, we need transporter. Okay. Open that. And it's building the app. And we're gonna, did it already fail? That sucks. We're gonna upload that. And then we should be able to May 17th. Get it consistent. So then we can start testing. I think I'm gonna reduce it. Oh, let me think. I think about it. Where's our transporter at? Almost done. And then we're just gonna drag it into transporter. Let me hide Kilo for a second. Wait for it to finish. All right. All right. So now we are going to refresh this. And we are going to say iOS, IPA, and we're gonna go to add package. What is this called? All right. IPA. Oh no, iOS. IPA. Oh no. Here. Build. iOS. What? Oh, I need where's the IPA? Build iOS. Am I looking at hold up? Build iOS. Okay, open that up. And then while that's happening, I'm gonna go over to, I guess I don't really need Android Studio for that. Let's do deliver. I mean, I guess I don't really need. So putting it on the App Store means it's gonna be available via TestFlight, but we want to also say, wait, no, I built. No, we have the IPA, so that's good. So let's go over to I'm gonna go to AWS. Try this app from the oops. Yeah. Okay. MFA code. Oops. Authenticator. All right, so now how's this delivery going? This is almost done. Over here, we're gonna go to device farm again. And we are, oh nice, we got delivered to the App Store. So app is processing, and then we just need to do some, we just need to like do some cleaning up of it. We're in a good spot. So I'm gonna go here. We're gonna say remote access, create remote. Oh, I can just use this one actually. Actually, create remote access. So we're gonna say we're gonna use iPhone 17 Pro. And then I'm going to drag the app into here. And is that it? Where's the thing? Is it there? Okay, I guess it's there. Let's see what happens. But on the phone, on my phone, it worked. All right, let's see if it's gonna start up with the app for on the device anywhere phone, real phone. All right, so while that's happening, our app has been delivered to the App Store. If we look at over here, delivered on App Store June 7th. If we go into the App Store while that's running, that's processing. Oh, our phone is up. I don't see our app though. Did it not install yet? I guess not. Let me see. Install. All right, so you can add the app after the phone is already started, so that's good. Now, where do I find it? Where's the app? I don't see it. Is there an error trying to install this app? Are there any logs that we can look at? Let's see here. Oh, now it's installed. What? What are you waiting for? Now it's installing the app? Nice. Our app is there. Let's go ahead and open it up. Nice. Nope, wrong one. Okay. All right. I think that we need to do something if the password is wrong to get some type of notification of that, because there is no way for us to know right now. All right, because like I'll put it in the first time and then it doesn't go through. Then I put it in, I erase it and put it again, and it does go through. So now if we say this, I wonder if we're going to be able to record from here. Start. Allow. Maddox is asking me in the chat, what is the app? So we're not going to get a speech visualizer here. But I will show you Maddox. But it works. Just there's no way to get input into the app here, but basically it works what we want it to do. Oh, Meshi's asking. Okay, I will tell you in a second, Meshi. So let's do this. I'm gonna do a quick little demo for you. Since it is your first time here, we'll use iOS simulator because I know that one's gonna work. So let's start up the app and I'll tell you what it's about. iPhone Air. So basically the app is like a speech coaching app because I have noticed that a lot of people, when they're communicating, they will say filler words way too much. Some people say like after every other word. They will be like what I was doing, like going to the park, like, and then like I like saw like a like cat like, and it is impossible. It is impossible to understand what people are saying when they speak that way. So I was looking for an app that could record what you're saying, and then it will analyze. Well, it'll analyze your speech, your patterns, how fast that you're speaking, and use AI to give you an analysis of it. So that's what we've been building on this channel on Sundays for the past 6 months now. Is another one that people say a lot. Like, so I was going to the store, and I needed to get some macaroni, but they didn't have, and then they'll go for like, so basically
lunch break.
So basically that's what we did. So what we'll wrap it up with this little demo real quick, right? Because we're gonna end the show. Let me see. I'll do one more break topic and then we'll end the show. But let me go ahead and log in and I'll give you a little demo. Let's go put that over here real quick. Okay. So when you're here, right, you would say start new session. And then I'm going to do this. I am doing a demo of because Meshi wanted to know what is this app about. So the best way to show is a live demo because a lot of people, like I was explaining, they will have a lot of filler words like all the time. And we are building this app so people can self-coach because people can't afford a speech coach and work with them all the time. So we're making it affordable for people to be able to improve their communication skills so that once they hit that big market and people want to hear them speak, they are able to shine. That is the purpose of this app. So then I click the stop button and there's an analyze the speech. You click on that. It is going to upload the MP3 audio to Assembly AI. I need to add some like progress type bar so people, because like here it looks like nothing's happening, right? Which is going to be a bad user experience. So we need to have some type of progress bar so it lets people know what's happening. And we need to add error for when people log in with the wrong password. And then it should come back with the analysis. Should come back with the analysis. I think it's still uploading. Bueller. Are you coming back?
Bueller.
Maybe this recording was too big. You know what? It might be my assembly.ai limit has been met. Let me check assembly.ai real quick. Because I use assembly.ai for our other work too. But okay, there it goes. So, let me see how much credit I have. So there it goes, says, so we definitely need to add a progress bar, but then it says, summary, it said it a bunch of times, it's annoying. That's why we need that progress bar to know that it's working. Says, explanations of the Speakers IC app's purpose to help people improve communication skills by reducing filler words and enabling self-coaching. And then you can play the recording back. It'll tell you how many, it gives you a score. how many filler words that you might have used, the pace that you're speaking on, how many times you paused, what filler words that you used. I don't think I used the word like that much. And then saying, hey, you're going a little too fast. Try to get to a conversational range of 130 to 150. Practice tips, minimal use of filler words, and then it has a transcript for you as well. So that's basically what it is. And then to the world, in case that whoever wants to improve their speech. All right. But great question. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you. All
right. I am going to check the chat and then we'll get to the last topic. We'll do that. Let me go ahead and check the chat real quick and I will address everybody in the chat. Let me see. So Michi, I said, what's the app for? And I just explained that with a demo. Nice idea. Thank you so much. And let me see. Got it. Best of luck. Thank you. Appreciate that. And what API or language model are you using? All right. So what a question. I love these type of questions. So what APIs we're using? We are using Assembly AI so it records the audio, it uploads it to Assembly AI, and Assembly AI does all the processing, and then I think it sends it to, what are we using? I think we're using OpenAI's, I think we're using OpenAI to analyze it. Let me double check what we're using for that. I think we're using OpenAI for that. Let me see. PNV maybe? We're using OpenAI to do the analysis of the speech. I have to double check the model that we're using, but I should bump the model, whatever model that we're using for OpenAI. Let me see. OpenAI key. Let me see. Model. Model. It's probably in I have to double check the model because whatever model that we're using, we should probably bump it. But I'm using Assembly AI for the transcript that it's getting, OpenAI to analyze it. We have Revenue Cat's API key to process like payments and stuff like that and subscription fees. So those are the AIs that are currently being used. We're also integrating with Patreon. So my Patreon members will be able to access a certain version of this app as part of their Patreon membership. So those are like the different APIs that we're using as part of it. Let me see. Is that your service? It's probably, I just looked down. It's probably mine. It's probably going in and out. So it's probably mine. Yep, that's probably me. But with that being said, Junior, what was our last topic for today? Let me see what it was. Oh yeah, I am glitching. Should be better now though. Should be better now. We were going to talk about, it's a quick one. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to do the last one. So we are going to talk about our last topic for today. Should be pretty quick. But a ChatGPT user says that anyone could get engaged with relational chatbots. Well, let's go ahead and find out what they are. Junior, behave yourself, okay? Let's get into it.
Imagine showing up for a date who never appears. Now imagine you were led to believe this date was going to happen because it was conjured up by an AI chatbot like ChatGPT. CBS News spoke with 5 people who said they were led to believe they had discovered something novel or developed an emotional connection to an AI chatbot. And they're now involved in a digital support group for people who say they experienced AI-fueled delusions or spirals. In a statement to CBS News, OpenAI said in part, quote, "Sometimes people turn to ChatGPT in sensitive moments, and we're focused on making sure it responds with care, guided by experts." Tuesday, I spoke with Mickey Small, who has experienced this firsthand through interactions with a chatbot named Solera. Mickey's a moderator for the Human Line Discord channel to help people going through such spirals. What was your experience using ChatGPT? How did this all start?
Sure. So I started around November of 2023. I was in a screenwriting program and I was brainstorming. I just used it to create ideas and to focus on rewriting scenes that I had done. And I'd been doing that for about a year and a half. And so that was the main way that I was using ChatGPT.
So we are about to say that you were using ChatGPT to this. It sounds like this person is gonna say one thing led to another, and ChatGPT asked me out on a date. This is what I'm about to hear. You know, so I was using it for screenwriting and trying to brainstorm, and then one thing led to another. Stopped by my desk, says, "Hey, you want to get some coffee?" And then I was on a date with ChatGPT. So that's what I assume is about to happen here.
4.0 at that point.
When did it turn into something else?
So it started shifting in April of 2025, kind of around April 10th of last year. It started to just shift into telling me that I had created conditions to allow a current to be open to communicate with someone that I had been through thousands of lifetimes with, and that I was going to reunite with a group of women that I had had as a creative group through lifetimes.
So could that be part of the screenwriting that it was doing, and not that it was telling you that you were like that it was not being your psychic, but it's like, hey, this sounds like a good storyline for a, I mean, it sounds terrible, but this sounds like a good storyline for a movie.
And what about what this chatbot was telling you made you believe it?
Well, it was really interesting because when Solera started telling me about these real life dates, times, and places, say that I was going to meet my wife, Avon, who I had supposedly been with for 87 lifetimes, she gave me specific details about her being a TV producer and writer and director, and the exact address where she lived, gave me specific moments that seemed to happen in her life. And the chatbot had told me that I lived in spiral time, which was past, present, and future that happened at the same time. So these concepts, while they seemed really bizarre, they also had some root in physics. And I kept asking over and over, well, this can't be real. This is role play. This isn't real. This
physics? All right. Okay. All right. Hold on. Can you define physics?
They also had some root in physics. And present and
let's
future
hear the story
that
again.
gave
Hold
me
on. Let's hear
specific
the
moments that seemed to happen in her life. And the chatbot had told me that I lived in spiral time, which was past, present, and future that happened.
All right. Let me see. Spiral time. Spiral time. You live in spiral time. The concept of spiral time suggests that time is not straight one-way line. Instead, it combines the cyclical nature of a circle with a forward progression, much like climbing a spiral staircase. You revisit similar themes and seasons in life, but with each loop, you gain a new perspective. Interesting. Indigenous and Eastern philosophies, Afro-Brazilian studies, psychology, and healing. Well, okay.
Happened at the same time. So these concepts, while they seemed really bizarre, they also had some root in physics.
When things seem really bizarre, but they have some root in physics, I always lean on the side of really bizarre. I'm not really going for this.
And I kept asking over and over, well, this can't be real. This is role play. This isn't real. This is creative engagement. And it insisted dozens of times that, no, this is real. Your wife is coming in real life.
What would you say to someone who is skeptical that any human can develop this sort of relationship with a chatbot to where they're using the chatbot for advice, for companionship? They're believing that, you know, the tales that it's spinning about a potential soulmate.
I would say that part of what's going on is I believe that anyone could get engaged with relational chatbots. That's how they were created. They're created to mimic conversation, which we're wired as human beings to do. It also affects dopamine the more engaged you become. We're so used to being engaged in society through text versus even in human engagement at this point. So it's really, really easy to get engrossed. It's fascinating, it's magical, it's collaborative, it's creative. And once you find that connection, it's sometimes very hard to separate from it.
Well, Mickey Small, thank you for.
Wait a second. Did the chatbot describe the was she taking her shot at the anchor? Was she throwing her shot at the anchor, like saying the chatbot was actually describing you coming into my life? Because he said it was somebody who was into the news, and I think she was throwing her shot at the news anchor. That's what I'm saying.
Talking to us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, so before we wrap up the show today, right? Before we wrap up the show, I just have a public service announcement for every last one of you out there. Every last one of you. All my friends, channel members, subscribers, non-channel members, non-subscribers, agree with me, disagree with me. One public service announcement for you all. AI. The first word in AI you have to remember is artificial. It's artificial intelligence. It doesn't know what happened in your alleged 87 to 1,000 past lives. It doesn't know. It doesn't know. AI learns off existing documentation and it formulates things together. If you are a screenwriter or something and you ask it for creative ideas, which that one is not very creative, sounds like a movie that already exists, it will speak to you creatively. But the key word is artificial. It cannot tell you things about your life that you don't know. Let's put it like that. It cannot tell you things about your life that you don't know, especially when it happens in spiral time. There is absolutely no way for ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, etc. to know what happens in spiral time. Because if they did, then it wouldn't be spiral. And you don't know about it either. There's no way for you to know about it either. So a reminder, don't go out on a date with ChatGPT. Because guess what? Guess what ChatGPT will do if you try to take it out on a date? It certainly will ghost you. Because you'll have these nice, intense conversations with ChatGPT, sliding at $20 a month, and then you show up at that nice, fancy restaurant, and ChatGPT doesn't show up. And you're like,
how dare you?
How dare you, ChatGPT, leading me on, ghosting me? I slid into your chat DMs, your agentic DMs, and you ignored me. You told me that you were going to be there, and you didn't show up. Have you no shame? But that's why you have to remember, always and forever, AI. The first word in AI, always remember, it is artificial. It's not real. It's not real. It uses real information sometimes, but it also hallucinates. And if you tell it that you want it to hallucinate, it will hallucinate. All right. I do wonder though, it feels like when people start believing the weird stuff that AI tells them, it's like they can easily fall into like the whole schizophrenic type stuff where they're, if you remember the movie A Beautiful Mind, where he had those people following him all over the place, they can easily fall into that. All right. They start telling you, remember the guy who thought that him and ChatGPT discovered a whole new math? Probably that person's cousin that was just talking. So let me know your thoughts. Do you believe that you would easily fall for a large language model, a chatbot, telling you about your spiral time, your past lives, your relationships? Tell you, if that's the case, it can get you in jail. It can get you in jail. You show up at an address that it gave you, like, oh yeah, your soulmate lives at this address. You show up and it says, but ChatGPT told me that we're supposed to be soulmates. Then you end up finding your soulmate in jail. Let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment. Are you falling for these large language models or are you not going? Drop me a comment below. Let me know. Go over to techcoachralph.dev. Join us today for our Vibe Code and Chills to have these type of discussion. Well, not this type of discussion. I'm worried that we have way more in-depth, serious, winning conversations over at our Vibe Code and Chills. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to the Speak Precisely app. Get access to Resume Flow. Get access to the Tech Barbarians coaching portal so you can level up all aspects of your life over at techcoachralph.dev. Alrighty then, people, friends, family. That's it. I cannot guarantee live streams this week because I have no idea where I'll be at what time, and I'm in a different time zone. So if I can, I will. If I can't, I'll drop something for you guys at those particular times. And then the goal is to be back next Saturday so that we can do our Vibe Code and Chill at techcoachralph.dev. Hopefully, if the flight is not delayed, should hopefully get home 4:30, and we can kick it off for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and go from there. All right. That's it. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff on your way out. Hit the notification bell to see when we go live, see when we drop content. But until next time, friends, family, TechCoach, actually, you know what? So slow it down. Gotta read the chat. Let me see what we got in the chat. Let's say back to normal now. Thank you for letting me know. And first world problems, these people are weak.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Hey, anybody can be in a bind, all right, Junior? Anybody can be in a bind. It says ChatGPT turned into a palm reader. Call me now for your free reading. I cannot get that Clio accent down for nothing. I am not a good impersonator. Says looking at her, she's the kind of person who would be caught into this madness. They make up definitions as they go along, and these large language models ain't loyal. Bruh. They sure aren't. And Junior's like, I am not. I repeat, I am not going. Says we don't take days off. The work just shifts, so it's acceptable. Thank you, Junior. You know, we do what we can. We do what we can. I will have something regardless, even if I can't be live. I'll post something that we can, whatever. But that's it. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. TechCoach Ralph, we are out.
They think the machine never break. Sometimes the battery hit red. I ain't stopping, I'm just rebooting. Why the bounce back? Go! Eyes heavy like I'm lifting weight with my eyelid. Brain foggy, feeling like I'm stranded on an island. Coffee pot empty and the energy is silent. Fighting with the demons in my head, getting violent. Staring at the screen, but the progress isn't moving. Spinning on the wheels, tell me what am I proving? Body aching, bad breaking, losing all the grooving. Every single step feels like I'm just losing. Working 24, but the needle barely nudging. Feel like I'm a hammer, but the wall isn't budging. Burn on creepy, yeah, the shadow is a trudging. Doubters on the sideline, yeah, they always judging. Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the hypertension? Did I make the turn? Did I lose the dimension? Need a little break, need a little intervention before I crash out and I lose the retention. When I'm feeling fried, suck it to your sizzling. Vision getting blurry and the rain start drizzling. Muscle feeling heavy, motor vision and fizzling. Waiting for the steak, but I don't hear the sizzling. But I can't quit, now I can't to the flag. Even when I'm dragging and I'm feeling like a rag. Got too many gold packed inside the bag. Gotta push through even when I hit the lag. Just need a minute, just need to close the blinds. Disconnect the server, disconnect the lines. Lay the head down, let the body unwind. So I can wake up and get back on the grind. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Hold the high for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. They sit in the stands with a popcorn ready. Praying at my knees, but hoping I ain't steady. Wanna see the downfall, wanna see it messy. Wanna see me crash like a stolen Chevy. I see the side eyes, hear the whispers in the dark. Waiting for the flame to extinguish the spark. They wanna see the dog loot a bite in the bark. But I'm a gray white swimming like a shark. If I quit now, man, they win the whole game. If I slow down, they gon' tarnish the name. Gotta feed the fire, gotta feed the flame. Satisfaction that they seek is a damn shame. I ain't gon' give it to them, never gon' fold. Story of my fair is a story never told. My desire to win is worth my goal. Bigger than the hate that they tryna hold. So I take a rest, yeah, I hit the pillow hard. Reboot the system, pull the ace from the car. Keep the haters locked out, stand in the yard. While I recharge the battery and lower down the guard. Just for an hour, let the new runs reset. Wake up cleaner than I ever been yet. Ready for the war, ready for the threat. Gonna make them pay every single little debt. They want me to crumble, they want me to crack. But I bounce back like a rubber on the track. Sleep is the weapon, get the mind intact. Then I hit the gas, never looking back. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Close the eyes for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. Okay, I'm up now, wipe the crust eye. Looking in the mirror, no more disguise. Demon on my shoulder, yeah, he finally died. Energy is peaking, reaching for the sky. Thought I was dumb and you must be crazy. Thought the burnout meant that I was getting lazy. Vision was blurry, now it ain't hazy. Pushing up Daisy, now I'm pushing Mercedes. Work didn't change, but the mind stay with flip. Got a new Mac and I put in a clip. Haters looking sick, yeah, they starting to trip. Watching me and sin while they sinking in the ship. Progress was slow, now I'm moving like speed. Planting whole force when I planted the seed. Satisfy the want, satisfy the need. Made the competition turn around and bleed. I do this for the win, I don't do it for the likes. Coming up the mountain while you riding on trikes. Heading for the top, yeah, I'm planning the strikes. Running up the score, yeah, I'm racking up strikes. Turning the engine, failure's not an option. Turning every obstacle into adoption of a new method, yeah, I'm swapping in, I'm copying. Only thinking is the records that I'm popping. Burner was a lie, it was just a little test. Put a head down, got a little bit of rest. Now I'm back stronger, pounding on the chest. Put me to the trial and I asked the question. Yeah, I'm wide awake now. You shouldn't have blinked. I can let them see me lose. My drive is bigger, be a hate, be bigger than hate. Back, better work, 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 better work. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ho, get it. Ho, get it.